Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Young and the Restless spoilers are in for Friday, June 27, 2025. Fans can expect Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow to question Kane Ashby's Billy Flynn intentions. Lily Winter's Crystal Khalil makes a bold move with Damian Kane, Jermaine Rivers. Plus, Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, and Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford. Get a reminder of their trauma. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Make sure to check out our next week Y&R spoilers. Here, Damian, Kane's bonding session. Let's begin with Lily, who will make a bold move with Damian. Fans know that Lily is having trouble wrapping her head around Aristotle Dumas actually being her former flame. Kane. Lily feels totally betrayed and still wants to know what his intentions are. In the meantime, Lily is passing the time by playing cards with Damian. The two really seemed to enjoy the time together. Read more. Find out what happened on the last episode of Y&R. Winter's bold move at the end of the night. Lily might tell Damian she doesn't want to sleep alone tonight. Lily could also just share a sizzling smooch with Damian. Sharon Newman's painful reminder. Nick Newman vs. Kane Ashby the Young and the Restless spoilers for the next episode reveal that Nick will interrogate Kane. Lily had her private meeting with Dumas, then Victor Newman, Eric Bredin. After that, Phyllis crashed Kane's private chat with Amanda Sinclair, Michelle Morgan, which probably didn't earn her any favors. Now it will be Nick. Instead of listening to Kane's smooth but vague pitch, Nick could demand the truth from the tycoon. Read this. The Young and the Restless. Spoilers, Chance's shocking exit, the plot twist no one saw coming. Friday, June 27, 2025, there will also be Sharon and Phyllis. It seems that while in Nice, the two will have a painful reminder of their trauma with Martin Laurent, Christopher Cousins. Could this be a feeling or vibe, maybe a creepy voice? In any case, expect Phyllis and Sharon to lean on each other. Of course, there is also the possibility that Kane was secretly working with Martin, but that's a pretty big stretch. Kane was always a liar and a manipulator, but he wasn't evil. Of course, with Kane telling Chancellor Connor Floyd that someone plans to kill him at the end of week, maybe Sharon and Phyllis find a body. That would certainly be traumatizing, especially if the person resembles Phyllis or Sharon in any way. There is opposed to a murder mystery. But if Kane isn't the one who ends up dead, then who is? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. In the labyrinthine corridors of Genoa, cities, towering high-rises, and candlelit corners of society, Friday, June 27, promises to be a day where alliances fracture, old wounds roar back to life, and unexpected passions ignite like brushfires. As The Young and the Restless plunges viewers into a maelstrom of secrets and shifting loyalties, beginning with Nick Newman, who finds himself staring across Chancellor Winter's sleek conference table into the calculating eyes of Kane Ashby. The tension's so thick between them it's practically a third character in the room. For Nick has discovered that Kane's recent business maneuvers are far more than corporate chess. They're a stealth assault on Newman Enterprises, orchestrated with chilling precision. And Nick's fury simmers just beneath his controlled surface as he reminds Kane, in a voice low and deadly, that the Newmans don't take betrayal lightly, while Kane, with that trademark Ashby grin that always masks a dozen hidden motives, leans back in his chair and counters that business is war, and he's simply ensuring his own survival in a town where loyalty is a commodity that gets traded like stocks on the market. And as their words spiral into sharper jabs, Victoria Newman arrives, drawn by the scent of blood, flanked by Nate Hastings, whose watchful gaze shifts between the combatants. His own loyalties teetering on the brink. For Nate knows secrets about both men that could either shatter this fragile truce or cement his place as the ultimate power player. And as the confrontation peaks, Victoria slams a folder down, revealing documents that prove Kane has been quietly amassing minority shares through shadow investors, threatening to breach Newman's outer walls. And Nick, clenching his jaw so tight a muscle jumps in his cheek, vows this isn't over, storming out as Kane's cool facade cracks just enough to show a glimmer of uncertainty. But he's barely able to regroup before he's blindsided yet again, because Lily Winters, whose luminous eyes have lately carried the shadows of regret and determination, makes her own daring play, striding into Chancellor Winters like a queen reclaiming her throne, her stilettos echoing on polished floors, dropping the bombshell that she's dissolving their silent partnership and taking full control of a division Kane thought he had locked down. And her voice quavers just slightly when she reminds him that she's tired of waiting for other people to decide as a passenger in her own life. And now she's steering the wheel, and Kane, visibly blindsided, tries to appeal to the connection they once shared, his words softer than the corporate daggers he'd flung moments earlier, but Lily's resolve doesn't falter, for she's fueled by a secret letter she found in a dusty box at the Chancellor Mansion, a letter from Neil Winters urging her never to shrink herself for anyone, least of all a man who'd trade trust for ambition, and while her voice trembles at Neil's memory, Lily's eyes blaze as she tells Kane he has two choices: step aside gracefully or prepare for a battle that will make today's boardroom brawl look like child's play. And Kane, watching the woman he once believed he could always manipulate, realizes he's underestimated the fire burning in Lily's veins. For she's not the same woman who once forgave too quickly or wept silently in the shadows. And as he opens his mouth to protest, Lily simply walks away, leaving him to stare after her. Shaken, for Kane may have new enemies in the Newmans, but losing Lily as an ailer perhaps, as more than that might be the blow he never saw coming. Meanwhile, across town, Sharon Restless, who's been striving to piece together the fragile mosaic of her life since the nightmare that was Jordan's manipulations and the haunting trauma left in Cameron's wake, finds herself swept into a tide of memory as she visits Crimson Lights to check on an inventory glitch, only to stumble across a faded newspaper clipping tucked beneath the cash register. Relic from years ago detailing Cassie's tragic death, the yellowed paper brittle in her trembling fingers, and as she reads the words, her vision blurs with tears, for no matter how many years pass, no matter how many times she tells herself she's healed, that old wound tears open as raw and gaping as the day it was first inflicted. And Sharon's voice breaks as she whispers Cassie's name into the empty cafe. Memories flooding back of laughter and sunshine and the scent of strawberry shampoo, of a teenage girl whose life was snatched away far too soon, and though Ree's loss still weighs heavy on her soul, it's this reminder of Cassie that drags Sharon into a spiral of grief she thought she'd finally conquered. And it's in this vulnerable moment that Nick returns from his war with Kane. Finding Sharon slumped behind the counter, her shoulders shaking, and his eyes soften as he crosses the room, the anger still radiating from his earlier fight draining away as he kneels beside the woman who has been his anchor, his storm, his salvation, time and again. And though he's tempted to share the chaos raging in his own world, Nick swallows his words and simply pulls Sharon into an embrace, letting her sob into his chest as he promises her that she'll never be alone, that they'll face the future together no matter how many ghosts come clawing from the past. While outside, unseen, Phyllis Summers watches through the cafe window, her eyes narrowing with a flicker of jealousy and unresolved longing, because though she's sworn she's done with Nick, some part of her can't abide the sight of him comforting Sharon. And as she turns away, vowing to focus on her own redemption arc, her phone buzzes with a cryptic text from Tucker McCall, suggesting he has new information that could reshape everything. And though Phyllis hesitates, she can't resist the lure of one more scheme. While across the city, Victor Newman, who's been pulling strings from his office like a master puppeteer, learns of the brewing war between Nick and Kane and simply smiles. Because for Victor, chaos is opportunity. And he knows that if Kane thinks he's outwitting the Newmans, he's about to learn that the mustache always has the final move. And thus, as Friday draws to a close in Genoa City, the storm clouds gather with exhilarating fury, leaving Nick torn between revenge and compassion. Lily wielding newfound power that could either save her or break her heart anew, Kane scrambling to keep his empire from slipping through his fingers, and Sharon, the town's ever-beating heart, once more facing the ghosts of her past, reminding us that in this city of high stakes and higher passions, the past is never truly past and the next chapter in everyone's saga is just one shocking twist away. Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.